I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. Yeah, Friday, happy Friday, good weekend. It is, of course, the return of the Premier League, and we've only, like 10, 11 games left for the majority of teams. What I thought we would do is predict the run-in, which means coming up with scorelines, what that will do to affect the table, and see where the landlines comes game week 38. We are still waiting on Corey. He will be with us, I hope. I've sent him the link anyway. He should be here soon. Justin Thomas says, drum roll. Where's Corey? Yeah. Joe's got a tan. He has been going on the sunbeds, to be fair. Listen, I can't lie to you. Big up to your boy Joey09. Danny Rumsey said he's missed Corey. He's just texted me now saying he'll be 2 seconds. So I just didn't want to leave you hanging, you know what I mean? I know it gets frustrating for you. So Corey's going to be with us in 2 seconds. We'll catch up with Corey, see how he's doing. And then this is what we're going to do, right? Okay. Now, I'll share my screen with you so you can get an eyes on how this is going to work just while we wait for Corey to pop in. So basically, this has all results between now, all games between now and the end of the season. You'll put a scoreline in here. Okay, so say Leeds United 2-0, Forest 0. And then basically what you do is calculate, okay? And then what that does is change the it then changes the table as we go, okay? So what we're going to do is go back to game week 7, which of course was the game week that we missed against Forest, and work our way through all the way up to game week 38. In the interest of fairness, I'll let Corey predict the Leeds United results. I'll predict the West Ham ones. Obviously, yous get involved as well. If indeed you think we've got one wrong, stick a super chat in. Super chats will get the scoreline change, whatever the weather. And of course, I'll throw other comments in there as well. So yeah, this is how we're going to do it. Justin says we did it last season. Yeah, we probably did, mate. I like using this because it's decent, isn't it? And like I say, we've only got 10, 11 games left. So when Corey comes in, we'll catch up with him. And then after that, obviously, we will we'll get going. And drum roll, please, as was asked earlier on by Mr. Justin Thomas, where he said, drum roll, please. It is the return of the Mac, return of the King. Yes, bro.
You're buzzing. You're absolutely buzzing.
I'm buzzing, man. Where have you been, man?
I know, mate. It's been a long time. It has been a really long time.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I have been suffering watching West Ham in silence, as in a massive crowd of people getting the ump at David Moyes. So it's been bad, mate. Like, it's good. I can't remember. I think when we spoke last, it was Leeds West Ham.
Yeah,
you said to me, "Oh look, I remember watching it back after, and you was like, he's never been like this. You know, he's been quite happy." And I'm like, "Mate, it's got bad." Like, and you know me. Listen, I'll follow him wherever and watch him. Yeah. But it has been really tough. Like, really tough. Probably the only time I can ever remember being like, I don't even know if I'm up for the game today. Like, do I fancy it? And it's awful because you're like dragging yourself there because you're like, look, I've got to go. It's not really negotiable. But at the same point, I'm just like, this is the worst. I mean, it's bad. But other than that, I'm
you're
here,
all right.
So you're buzzing. I'm back on. So
I am, mate. I am buzzing, and I know a lot of people are as well because I've had so many comments saying, "Where's Corey? Where's Corey? Bring him back." So you obviously had left a decent impression on the Just Joe family, mate. So it's all good. Are your Moyes out then?
Oh, you want that?
Yeah. Come on. It's cool. I understand it.
Well, look, no. I mean, look, I've wanted him to turn it around for so long, and I'm still very much of the same opinion. So, and look, if he could turn it round, then nothing would make me happier. Because I do think West Ham as a football club needs some kind of stability. But I'm looking at it now, thinking, and we'll get into kind of that relegation feel. Yeah, I know Leeds had it last year, and now you've got it again. So you probably know it a little bit. You're a bit closer to it than I've been, but I just feel that even if West Ham were to stay up, I'm now of the opinion that can he go and has he hit that ceiling? And when people used to say that to me, I used to think, you got to give him a chance though. You got to give him. You can't spend 200 million quid. Have all the players you want. Because remember, since we last spoke, he then got Danny Ings, who he loved.
Yeah,
true. Danny Ings, Skamaka, Antonio. The striker argument's now out the window. So you got all of them. And I'm like, I don't think he can. I just don't think he can push us. And I don't like this idea of West Ham in the summer, even if we're staying up, players going out, Deck leaving, maybe Paqueta moving on, and we replace them with good players, maybe a James Ward-Prowse. I'm thinking, are we not going to go and push and compete? And I know it sounds a little bit over the top because like you're only West Ham, you shouldn't really have been up there.
No, not at all. Yeah,
we've spent enough money, and that's a good enough squad to be competitive. And you look Brentford, Fulham, Brighton. I think we should be. I think we should be up there. But
yeah, of course you should. I mean, you had a good summer, obviously, and it begs the question, doesn't it, about Moyes over whether or not he can be the man to spend the money. Do you know what I mean? He seems to do well. He did well at Everton on a shoestring, did well at West Ham, and then as soon as the purse strings got open and you're signing players like Paqueta and stuff, Skamaka,
your best mate. Your best. I don't know if he's your best mate playing, but John McKenzie, when he's obviously now moved on and stuff, and he was talking about it on, I think it was The Athletic, and he was saying West Ham have gone from that side in transition and having really good players to trying to. I don't even think it's that a necessity. Like I think West Ham could play like that if we wanted to, but I think there's such a pressure now of having those type of players and the quality of players like a Paqueta. Yeah, and you can see now if you watch the way that West Ham play, it's almost like we've got to go play through the lines, we've got to play out from the back, and it's like. And do you remember when West Ham started playing okay for a little bit, and it was Jared Bowen and Antonio because we went back to what we had, and he can't. I don't know how long Moyes would need to kind of implement that, but for me, it's too long. And now we're in a situation where it's results over performances, but it has been diabolical, absolutely dreadful.
It's been quite the drop off on it. And I read and heard a few bits on podcasts that I listened to that David Moyes and his crew are worried if they don't win at the weekend that they might get the boot. Do you think when I heard that, mate, I thought, why didn't they get rid of him during the international break? Don't give him one more game and then get rid of him, because that's almost like what Leeds did. You know, we bought him everyone in January, and then the next game he loses against Forest and we go, all right, sack him. And I just think, well, you should have sacked him before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, look, I think so. I'm not in the know, so I can't profess to understand. But apparently, the board believe that there is no one out there better than David Moyes to. And look, I sympathise with them a little bit because I don't think there's a bona fide, ready-made replacement of the ilk of manager that we want. When I start hearing things like Tuchel and Pochettino, you've got to kind of get real. That's never going to happen. And part of me would almost like West Ham to just throw 15 million at it and go as a gesture. But then there are managers in and around where I think they want to be that they can't get hold of, whether it's a Graham Potter that's gone to Chelsea. I know Locks talks about Brendan Rodgers all the time, but who is a good enough manager that if you wanted to play an attractive style of football, you'd bring him in. There's no clear and obvious manager, but the problem with that philosophy is now, and I was worried that this would happen, where you've lost so many games, you've been down that neck of the table for so long, that now you're looking at it thinking, we just need anyone in to give them a bounce and push on, and no one's in a great position. He's not, because he doesn't have the time, and the club also aren't, because if you appoint someone, there's no longevity in that, and West Ham are then back to that cycle of manager for a year and a half, sacking, and then go again. And so I do sympathise with that idea of having a long-term manager. And in an ideal world, he would have turned it around. But you're right. I think if he loses on Sunday, that's it. It has to be it. There's no question, because we have to stay in the Premier League. This club can't go down with that squad. It's horrendous. It's too much money to have spent. And it means that all that success and all relative success that we've had and built on was a waste of time. And then we go back down and build, and it's just frustrating.
Yeah, man. I know. I can relate, bro. I can relate.
I feel bad because I'm literally like, I know Leeds are down there for too long. So it's a bit
man. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Here's a shout for you, though, before we start predicting the games, mate. I don't know what the relationship is like with West Ham fans with this, but Michael Brown makes a good shout. Michael Carrick for West Ham. What's the relationship like? Is it all right? It's not like Lampard, is it?
No. It's nothing like Lampard, to be honest, or even Rio. But I like Carrick, actually.
He's doing bits at Middlesbrough, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's always a bit of trepidation when someone goes and they're highly regarded and they kind of like they've only had a little bit of time. But to have done what he's done at Middlesbrough, it shows me he has clearly got something. And I think being at a club like Man United for as long as he was, again, he's got that mentality and that quality, and he's quite an intelligent person as he was a player. So, and he's obviously got that link with West Ham's academy. So it's not something I would shy away from. I do think if we do go down, worst case scenario, I do think you look at those type of managers and think, actually, that's kind of where I'd like West Ham to go. Because you
won't go down, bro. You won't go down.
You say that, though. You say
I know,
that,
I know.
That's what David Moyes thinks. And then if he goes like that for the next 5 games, and he goes, "Oh no, now I've got to go and beat everyone," then he's stuffed. So
true, man. True.
I'm probably the worst person to ask. I'm trying to be positive.
Well, what we're gonna do, mate, in the interest of fairness, I'm gonna predict the West Ham results. You predict the Leeds ones, yeah.
Fine, okay.
So this is the current state of play in the Premier League. Obviously, West Ham currently in 19th, bro.
You say we might go down. No, it's fine, lads. Don't worry about it, honestly.
Leeds United win 1 game against Wolves and we jumped up to 12th, man. It's mad, man. It'll all change at the weekend, no doubt. So what we'll do, mate, we'll go all the way back to game week 7. I can't remember why these games were called off now, if I'm being totally honest. Genuinely can't remember when we were supposed to play Forest, why it didn't go ahead. But what we'll do, mate, we'll fill in the fixtures as we go, calculate each round, and then obviously come the end of the season, game week 38, we'll see where the land lies. Bournemouth, Brighton, mate. Like, I tell you what we'll do. We'll with Leeds being next, and you're obviously going to predict the Leeds ones. We'll take it in turns in a way. Bournemouth, Brighton. Listen, Brighton have been fantastic this season. Bournemouth are decent at home, but I think you're not beating Brighton right now, right? So I'm going to let's go for a 3-1 Brighton win. Right, mate, we play Forest on Tuesday night. What you saying, Ellen Road? Come on now.
Yeah, well, Nottingham Forest have got a terrible away record, which is kind of blighted how well we did against them. So I actually fancy you for a 2-1.
2-1. I like that, mate. I'll take that.
Yeah, non-Tom and Bamford. There you go.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Well, mate, Tyler Adams is out for the season and Non-Tom Vober are both missing for Saturday's game against Arsenal. So hopefully they are back for Tuesday. Leicester, go on, mate. You, Leicester City, Villa.
What? 1-1 all?
1-1, yeah?
Yeah, I think they'll. Yeah, I think they might.
What do you make to Leicester, mate? Because I've been winding Locks up some at Chronic, man, telling him they're going down.
Yeah, I don't really get them either, to be honest. They fall into that same boat as us, really. Like, you look at their squad and you think, why are you where you're at? But and I thought they'd kind of turned the corner a little bit in some of their performances, if not results. But they're still not.
It's all on James Maddison, I think.
You're right. You're bang on. That's exactly what it's all about. I'd expect more, and I think. I actually God knows how many times I've had this conversation with Locks or with you, but I don't actually understand what the problem is anymore. Like, I actually don't really get it. Just seems like the manager's not the right fit and the players aren't responding.
Sometimes you need a change for change's sake. Sean Healy's reminded me these games didn't go ahead because obviously Queen Elizabeth died. Now I remember, we had like 2 weeks off, didn't we, because of that. West Ham, Newcastle, mate. Right, okay. Better at home this season, mate, or?
Yeah, no, definitely. We had a terrible away record, so yeah.
Do you know what? Newcastle, though, going for top 4. I think Alexander Isak scoring goals. I'm going to give you a point in this one. I think I'm being very kind as well, Corey. I'm gonna give you a point. I'd say 1-1. Yeah. I'd say 1-1, mate, in that one, right? So we'll calculate that. What does that do for the table after them games? Why is that not rolling down? Sorry about this, folks. There's adverts all over this fucking page. So West Ham, mate, you move up to 18th with that point. I like that. We still stay in 12th. Let's move it on. So we've already got Chelsea, Liverpool, mate. I'll give you this one. I think this is in the coming week as well. Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Oh, let's have a look. Chelsea at home. Okay. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool, actually.
2-1, yeah. 2-1. Chelsea, mate. What do you make to Potter as well? Bloody hell, man. It's all over the shop, this. What do you make to Potter and what's been going on there?
Yeah, no, I watched they played Everton, didn't they? And they dropped points. Yeah. Sorry, I should say I watched them against Tottenham and they lost 2-0 and they were horrendous. I just didn't really understand what the point. Everything was through João Felix. And then I watched Everton and they picked up some decent results. And I thought, actually, I can kind of see, I can see something, but it's going to take a long time for it to be firing on all cylinders. The Enzo Fernandez is a fantastic player, by the way. I did watch him when he come to our place. Him and Felix are really good signings.
Yeah,
it will just take time. He's just lucked out. I think that their owner is so hell bent on him as a choice.
Yeah,
but I mean, Chelsea. For me, Chelsea need European football in some form. I know some of their fans were saying about we can't be in the Conference League or the Europa League, but I'm like, you've got to be in something. You've got to
beggars can't be choosers, bro. Beggars can't be well, they're not beggars, are they? Really, they're cash money.
Champions League quarter-final, do you know what I mean?
True.
So they should be doing a lot better than what they are.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Right, mate. I'll do Newcastle Brighton. I think Newcastle I think they beat them at home. I think it'll be tight. I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. Man United, Brentford, mate.
I fancy Brentford.
Brighton away from home. I don't know. I think St James's is still a top play. Tough, really tough place to go. So if it was at Brighton, I'd probably give it the other way, mate. But I reckon Newcastle at home. I think, and plus Brighton have the FA Cup still to play, don't they? So I think Newcastle. Man United, Brentford, mate.
I've got to go 2-0 in Man United. I think.
Yeah, that's this week as well. I think. Right, we'll calculate that.
Sorry, is this midweek?
Yeah, some of them are midweek, aren't they? Yeah,
I heard this. So hang on a minute. I've got. Oh yeah, of course we're playing.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I've had no football, and then all of a sudden they just throw it. And you're just like, all right,
I think we've got like 7 games in April. 7 games, man.
Listen to. I mean, we'll probably go through it anyway. But Southampton, obviously, on Sunday, then Newcastle. Then we've got. Who've we got? Fulham away, which isn't easy at all. No. Then we've got the Conference League stuff kicking in. Between that, you've got Arsenal at home. And then after that, you've got Liverpool at home as well. And it's just...
Who have you got in the Conference League, bro?
Oh, Gent.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. We actually... To be fair, look at that, by the way, if people are watching, because I think we've got a chance of... I always say, we've got a chance of winning it.
Yeah.
But if you actually look at the route, if we get through and we play Anderlecht, who we beat quite handily in the group, we're in a final. Yeah. And that's a really weird dynamic to be in a relegation battle in a final of and you could be in Europa. So it's kind of like
imagine, mate. We get relegated and then you got Europa League.
It's the most West Ham thing in the world to win that thing and go down. It'd be the most. It'd peak everything. It'd just be like that. That is what we do.
Here's a question then from Clive: would you take being relegated if it meant you won the Conference League?
Nah, stop it. Nah. I don't care. I mean, it's tough. I mean. It's just it's so not worth it as West Ham to go down, and I'd love a European trophy. I'd love any type of silverware for West Ham. I'm real, but it's just too. It's just I can't.
Premier League, I know.
Because it's so hard because if West Ham had just come up and we'd had a really good season, got Conference League, and then we were looking at it, I'd go, I don't know, maybe we're not meant to be here for that long. Maybe just take a punt, but because we've been here since 2012, and I'm like. You don't see it. It's really weird because now I'm starting to see it because it feels like we're on a bit of a decline. But I'm like, we've built all that time to stay in the league and then go on. I'm like, we can't. Nah. Not now. So.
Nah, there's a lot riding on it, isn't there, mate? It's going to be interesting for sure. I just love the fact, although Leeds United are involved in this battle, I love the Premier League this season because you've got the top 2, you've got such a battle for top 4, such a battle for the rest of the European spots, and then the relegation's got like 9 teams in it. I think there's just like Villa and maybe Chelsea that are languishing somewhere in the middle, not really in for either. Maybe Chelsea still, but go on, mate.
Maybe it's because you do so much content on the Premier League, but I almost can't enjoy it a little bit because it's almost like because we're down there, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I look at normally if we were kind of like just milling around the mid-table and you've got like Brentford, Brighton, Fulham going like fair play. That's a good. Yeah. That is a good season, and like the top 4 is more competitive than it's been for a long time. It's always been a 2-horse race, so.
Yeah,
Spurs could come back into it. I know they sacked Conte, so they might get a bounce as well. So it is a good season. It's just hard
to enjoy.
It is honestly. Mate,
I get it. Listen, folks, we've got 200 people in the house. We've only got 60 likes. If you haven't already, please do smash a like on the video for me. Let's get back to predicting some results then. So it's Man City West Ham, mate. I'm sorry, Man City beat you at the Etihad. I'm gonna go 3-0. Yeah, sorry, dude.
No.
Brighton, Man United.
Ooh, do you know what? That's a good game. That is a good game. I think at home. I'm gonna go 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. No, I get it, man.
Casemiro's out for a fair whack.
Yeah. I think he's got 4 games, hasn't he? I think 4 games, maybe.
Yeah, if he's got that, then he's got a chance.
Yeah, McTominay maybe comes back in. I'm not sure. Liverpool, Fulham. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Liverpool win. Oh, for God's sake, man, this page. Right. Calculate that. What does that do? Any movers or shakers? West Ham still in 18th, mate. This is where it'll start to get interesting because obviously everyone will play. And this is this weekend's fixtures, all right? So we've caught up on all the fixtures that have gone through. So I'll let you go on, mate. How do you see this one going? Man City, Liverpool. It's going to be a good one. 12:30 tomorrow. This isn't it?
Was it? Oh, all right, fine.
Yeah,
it'll be. Look, it's Liverpool's such a weird one because I watched them against Man United. I thought they were like unbelievable, and they're still there. I just think, unfortunately, City are. Well, A, they don't have a good record at the Etihad anyway. Yeah. And B, I think City are kind of getting into that flow of we're going to start winning game after game. I think the only hope for Liverpool is what Foden's out, Haaland might be out. Yeah. So you could argue that they might nick something, but I'm going to go 2-0 City. They can't afford to lose.
Yeah. To be honest, I think City will. I think City will win that game, and I think Haaland will play as well. I think it's all just BS. I think he plays, he starts, and he probably scores. Bournemouth, Fulham, quite interesting in this one, mate. Do you know what? I think Bournemouth might nick something. Mitrovic out as well. I know Fulham are flying, but
don't. That killed me.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you know what? Like, I can see a 1-0 there. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm going to go 1-0, which is going to affect us both, but it is what it is. Brighton, Brentford. I tell you what, I'll do Brighton, Brentford, because that doesn't affect us, and then I'll let you do Palace, Leicester, because they're all down there. That one's going to be an interesting one, but I think Brighton win it. Palace, Leicester, mate, go you.
I will go...
I tell you what, do you remember when I told you about Patrick Vieira? I just got it wrong a year later.
No, you can't stop doing that. That's revisionism. We can't be... I think that's unfair. Like, I actually think the sacking was quite. It wasn't unfair, but it was like, in context. The geezer's actually not got a centre forward, so it's a bit like I feel for him.
What do you reckon to Roy Hodgson returning? As an opposing fan, I was positive about it. I was like, all right, okay, yeah, Hodgson. What do you think? Do you reckon?
I think he could jolt him. I think he could jolt him out of that zone a little bit. I just think that. I mean, it'll be. I mean, we'll only know until we actually see him in his first game. Because I mean, they've gone from Hodgson to Vieira, completely different styles, and then back to that. But I just wonder whether, because it's so tight down there, and he's been down there a lot, Hodgson, I think he could actually nick a few results or a 1-0 or do so. Like you can say what you want about Hodgson, and I get it. A lot of his football's conservative, but he got a lot out of that Palace. He got a lot of mileage on that Palace team for quite a while without the investment and I think the quality of players that Vieira had, because if we look at it, you know, Hodgson didn't have a Gallagher, a Mark Gahey, an Anderson. It's quite hard to kind of judge. So, an Elise. So I think they actually have enough. They've just got that style to maybe nick something.
Yeah. So we shall see. Go on then. With that in mind, mate, Palace, Leicester. New manager bounce, maybe? 1-0?
Yeah, 1-0 Palace. Yeah.
1-0. Nice, right. Arsenal, Leeds.
You're having a laugh, mate. I just think... Yeah, I just think I'll be honest, I think like 3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, I did
some goals, but they just are a bit tasty. So it's just
I did my preview earlier, and they've won 6 on the bounce, and in 5 of them they've scored 3 or more. So I went 3-1 Arsenal as well, to be fair, mate. Forest Wolves, I think this is going to be a really, really interesting game. Wolves obviously looked like for a period of time they were out of it. Then they've had some poor results. Obviously, Leeds beat them as well. I think Forest are very, very strong at home, but they lost to Newcastle last time out. But they did keep it tight right until the end. I think they gave away that silly pen. So I think Forest might beat Wolves, but it will be tight. A draw wouldn't surprise me, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 Forest win. Chelsea Villa, mate.
I fancy a 1-0 here. I think Emery can nick something. Yeah, 100%.
Nice. I'm going to say you beat Southampton, mate. If you don't beat Southampton this weekend, then it is curtains for West Ham. I'm sorry. Like you've got to beat Southampton. I'm going to go for 2-0. Is Danny Ings fit?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, against his old club, Danny Ings to get both. Danny Ings brace, West Ham 2-0. Newcastle Man United, that'll be a tasty one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Man United.
2-1, nice. I think might see a draw there. And you know what? On this one, mate, I don't know how you're feeling. Give me your thoughts on the Conte situation and the sacking, man. It was mental, weren't it? You must have enjoyed that.
No, I did. I loved it. I did. I mean, I shouldn't really gloat too much where we're at, but I think it annoyed me when I actually got the when they were talking about it on Sky Sports, because after, I don't know if you saw that when he come out and he was like, "This is a disgrace, like this Tottenham, whatever." Which is obviously, as a Tottenham fan, you'd hate to hear it because it kind of feels like you know the truth. You're just trying to like not be that club. But the way that Tottenham get defended at times in terms of, you know, oh, he can't say that. He was just pointing out a harsh reality, and it's. I know it's probably horrible to hear, and that's why they don't want to accept it. But he wasn't saying anything that was dishonest, in my opinion. Like maybe he should have taken more accountability. And I'll confess.
Yeah, he does have to shoulder some of the blame, like not playing. Like letting players like Jed Spence go out on loan, etc., playing the same.
But he wasn't. But Jed Spence wasn't. But Jed Spence wasn't a player. And that's, you know, Conte has had a fair amount of money to spend. It's not as if he's not had exactly what he wants. He kind of knew what he was going into anyway. But it does. There's something fundamental, I think, about Tottenham, just in terms of the player relationship with the club. Like people point this out all the time. Eric Dyer's still there. Ben Davies is still there. There's some good signings and some good characters. I think Højbjerg actually is probably like an underrated leader in that team, but there's something not right about Tottenham, and I think it obviously comes from Daniel Levy and the decisions that he's made. Well, since really they had to rebuild, because you could have had all this money that you've kept, that Mourinho spent, that Conte spent, just give it to Poch, rebuild the squad, reinvent yourself, and you've got that longevity. Now he's panicking and he's gone the other way, but they're almost not willing to accept that there are fundamental problems there. And it's like, I kind of feel that Tottenham should have just bitten the bullet a little bit with Conte, like even more so, and just given him free reign to, I want to get rid of this guy, I want to get rid of that guy.
Yeah.
But it was never going to work because Tottenham would have to bend too much to what he wanted. And that's why I find they're trying to now find this short cut to success. And they think, oh, we'll just put Mourinho or a proven winner in there. But, you know, it didn't work. And they almost have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, I think, Spurs, in terms of a refresh and a manager. And
bro, I've said
be clear about they've got to be clear about what they want here, because I think this does annoy me a little bit. It's like you either want these trophies and you die on that hill, and that's exactly what you want, and because they went out of the Conference League and the Europa League and the Champions League as well. You have to fight for that a little bit. They had opportunities this year, to be fair. Like when they went out in the League Cup and the FA Cup, they should have done better. They should have easily have got to an FA Cup semi-final. So they've got to be clear about, do I want that, or do they want attractive, fast-flying football, and almost be content with that taking a while? It just feels like there's a bit of a, we don't know what we want approach.
I think, like you said, they had that core group of players after Poch, and Levy's looked at it and said, if I just get an elite manager and he'll get them over the line. But what they've then done is the squad's aging. I think Harry Kane leaves in the summer. Then where did they go? And I've been saying for a few videos now, like for me, for Spurs, they don't get Champions League this year, they're in real danger, mate, because, you know, next season, Man U get better, Chelsea get better, Liverpool get better. You've then got City, Arsenal, you've got Newcastle knocking on the door. You know, someone else will show up.
I actually think that sounds awful. I think they're kind of like out of that conversation.
Same.
I think they've got to be, and I don't know, that's what I mean. I don't know how they play it now, because Kane's going to go. If they get the money they're talking about, which I think, I can't see how you get that amount of money.
No. He's only got a year left, hasn't he?
Yeah, but they're quite adamant on it, and I get it. He signed the contract; they've got to stick. But a year left. I'd be interested to see whether Levy will just stick with it. Son's form has dipped. I mean, he's not even really the same. And they banked. Let's be honest, they banked for a while on those two performing at that level. And I look at clubs like Newcastle, where I think they'll obviously. Even if Newcastle got Conference League, European football is still enough of a base to go and build. And you look at clubs like Brighton, where their recruitment's unreal. If they get rid of a Caicedo for 80 mil, guaranteed they'll bring someone else in, and it will be like a conveyor belt. And then Man United, for me, will probably compete for the title. Liverpool will come back. Chelsea will come back. So I think Spurs have kind of like missed that sweet spot. And I think they'll have to look at it long term now and say, let's just build and be clever and be smart, because that seems like the way to get there now.
Yeah, I think with Chelsea, and I know Tottenham have been linked to it, but I think with Chelsea, if they have a poor end to the season, I think Potter goes in the summer and they go all out for Nagelsmann, personally. Because I don't see him going to Spurs, bro. And I think Nagelsmann at Chelsea might work. But it depends how Bowley's like, if he is dead set on Potter. And if Potter becomes available in the summer, I know there's a host of clubs down there that'd be like, we'll take you, Graham. I'd take him in a heartbeat, mate. I don't know about you. Would you, if he came available in the summer?
Well, if we're still in the Prem,
Yeah.
I'd throw money at it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Potter is. That's why I don't think he goes, because you appoint him as a long-term manager.
No, that's fair.
I get the Nagels. They're probably more likely to get a Luis Enrique. Like if they were, you've got to remember, this is all by design. Like you look at who Chelsea have signed, you look at the managers that they've got, the profile of the players. It's like they know that they're looking at a 3-4 year curve.
Yeah.
So if they wanted that, they've got the money to go out really and go and get any manager that they'd like and say, here's a blank check. But they didn't do that. So I think
true.
It almost reflects badly on the strategy of the football club. I just don't think he'll do it. He'll be like, no, this is my project. I want these players. You've got to develop them, and let's go from there. But I know what you mean. I mean, how bad can it get for Chelsea to a point where you go, actually, do you know what, this just isn't good enough.
True. Right, let's get back to it, mate. Obviously, one team that did change the manager, Everton, it looks like they've had an upturn. Will Spurs get a new manager bounce? I'm not too sure. What do you reckon, Everton, Spurs, especially at Goodison Park, mate, on a Monday night as well, under the lights? I think it's got Everton 1-0 all over it, me personally.
I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs. I just
2-0?
They've got to. They'll be happy now they haven't got Conte, so I think they'll respond.
Yeah, they have to, don't they, to be fair? If not, then it was all for nothing. West Ham, mate, with that win, then Everton getting beat up to 15th, Leeds in 13th, obviously dropping down a place after getting beat by Arsenal, if this obviously is right, which it probably won't be. But we'll move on to game week 30, mate. So I'll let you take this one first. Man United, Everton.
Well, I'm gonna go 3-0 Man United.
3-0.
Oh.
United, I don't think that's too far. I think Villa and Forest's woeful away form. Villa will have too much. I'm going to go 2-0. Give us one for Brentford, Newcastle, mate.
I'm going to go for a bit of a shock-ish. I'm going to go 2-0 Brentford.
2-0 Ivan Toney, smashing them in the back.
Yeah, I just got a feeling. I was one of them.
This one's going to be tight. Fulham, West Ham, Fulham flying, London derby added to it as well. I don't know. Is your away form really bad, Corey?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I can't give you stats because I can't go to be honest, but I think it's one of the worst there. So
yeah. Well, with that in mind, mate, I'm going to go. I was going to give you a point, but I'm going to say that Fulham beat you. Leicester, Bournemouth.
See, I think a 2-0 Leicester here. I think they beat them.
Yeah. I think Maddison will start clicking for sure. Spurs Brighton, oof, that'll be a very, very good game. I'm going to go for a draw in that one. I'm going to go for 2 apiece. Tottenham back at home after beating Everton. Maybe the crowd behind them, etc. Wolves, Chelsea, pal.
I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves.
1-0 Wolves.
It just looks like one of them. Horrible game. It's almost like a stalemate. They nick something and Chelsea can't get back.
True that. Right. Leeds Palace, mate. Go on.
2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah, there's always goals in these games, isn't it? Leeds and Palace.
True.
Like
True. Southampton City. Well, I'm going to go City 4-0. I think they batter them. Liverpool, Arsenal, mate. Do you think Arsenal, obviously after beating Leeds, do you think there's a shocking start? It's a huge game, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Anfield test is a big one.
Yeah.
And I think Arsenal are up for it. I do think they can do it this time. I'll go. Yeah. I'm actually going to. Do you know what? They're good though, Liverpool. Like, they've just got this thing where they just turn up and you can't lose here. Like, we've got to have a say. But I do think I'm going to go Arsenal 2-0.
Oh, that'd be a massive result, that one. Oh, God. This thing. Right, let's give that a quick calculation. After game week 30, Leeds still in 13th, West Ham down in 17th. There's your bottom 3. To be honest, I think Forest, Bournemouth, and I didn't get your predictions before we started. What are your predictions, bro? Who do you think will go down?
Oh, I think Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, Southampton, and Everton. No, I don't think Everton. I think it might be us. I do think it might be us.
Give over. No,
I mean, it's awful, isn't it? It doesn't feel right. I don't know.
To be fair, I think everyone says Bournemouth, Southampton. I think the other one will be Forest, personally, mate. But we'll see.
Forest have got good home form. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
and so have Everton. I mean, and so have we. So it's a bit.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit tight. It's just the fixtures, and I just don't think the fixtures lend to us like I want. It's too much. You'll see it soon, but the pressure on us in these games after April is a lot, and we have to basically win all of them.
Yeah, we shall see, mate. We shall see. Right, Villa, Newcastle. Go on, I'll let you do this one, mate. You start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle.
2-0, nice. Okay. Chelsea, Brighton. I think Chelsea, Potter against his old club. I think they might win. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea in that one. Everton, Fulham, mate.
1-0.
1-0. Southampton, Palace. Wow, this is a big one. I think Southampton might nick one there. I'm going to go 2-1. Go on then, mate. Spurs, Bournemouth.
3-1 Spurs.
I'll take that. We'll take that. Wolves, Brentford again. I'm going to go for a draw in that one. And then go on, mate. Forest at home against Man United. Man United chasing top 4, Forest. Dire Straits, what are you saying?
I'm going to go... I got 2-1 Man United, I think.
2-1. There we go. Hey, mate, Arsenal come to town. They're not playing, mate. They're not playing. I'm sorry, Corey. They're not playing. I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal, mate. 2-1 Arsenal. I'll do City, Leicester, and I think that will be 3-1. And then you can do Leeds, Liverpool, mate, Monday night.
Yeah, 2-0 Liverpool.
Oh, you're out of order.
Mate, you've just got me to be battered by every club going.
No, I haven't got you to be bad, man. Right, you're back in the relegation zone, Corey.
I told you. I said. Look, anyway, let's go.
Right, next one. Let's go. Right, next round of fixtures. Go on then. I'll do this because Leeds up next. So Arsenal, Southampton again. It's going to be 3-0. Fulham, Leeds, mate.
Oh,
did I? Someone said I put 11. Hang on, I'll have to go back, bro. Where did I put 11? 11-3. Imagine. Sorry, folks. Right, there we go. Go on, mate. Fulham, Leeds.
Yeah, 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham, you.
I've got it. Otherwise, we're going to be like
2-1 Fulham. There you go. Bournemouth, West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. Has to be, surely. You're having a laugh.
I'll give it you.
You literally will not see me again
if you lose that.
I'll see you in the Championship. Yeah.
2-1 West Ham then. Go on then, mate. Palace, Everton. Another huge game, that one.
I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton. Okay. Brentford, Villa. I'm going to go for another draw in that one. Or 2-2. Liverpool, Forest, mate.
Go 3-0 Liverpool.
I love this from Kieran. 11 goals, Kiefer Moore masterclass. So 3-0 Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's fair. Leicester versus Wolves. I think we might see another draw there. Is that a derby, that? Midlands?
No, not enough for me. But then I don't come from the Midlands, so I don't want to comment. But I need a bit of needle. And for me, it just kind of feels like I don't know if there is.
Yeah, no. Man United, Chelsea, mate. I'll let you take that one.
I've got 2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United. I'll say Newcastle beat Spurs 1-0. Tough place to go. Brighton City. Be a good game, that.
Oh, yeah. We go 1-0.
1-0, yeah. I could see like a bit of a shock in that one as well. Right, okay, what does that do? Well, that'll mean Arsenal are well ahead there then. Man United, Newcastle in the top 4.
Hang on. Stop. Wait, go back.
Go.
Up. So how many games played?
32 at this stage.
And Arsenal will be what?
They
7
will be
points clear.
7 points clear at that point.
Now that's the definition, and I hate to say it. If you lose from there, that is bottling it. Like at that point.
No,
that
definitely.
That's got to be the cap.
To be fair, they've got favourable fixtures, like we say. They've got Leeds, they've got West Ham. They are favourable at this stage, and then I'm not sure who else we've gone through, but I think they play Liverpool as well, don't they? But Leeds in 16th. West Ham jumping to 13th, mate, with that winner away at Bournemouth. But that's how quick it can turn, man. That's how quick it can turn. Forest, Bournemouth, Southampton, they're my picks for the drop. So that's how it's looking so far. Let's get to the rest of these games. 6 more to play. This bloody advert's on here. Sorry about this, folks. It's all over shop. I need to get an ad blocker. Right, mate, I'll let you go first. Wolves versus Palace.
2-0 Wolves.
2-0 Wolves. There you go. Right. Villa. I've had so many draws for them. I say they win this one. 2-1. Southampton, Bournemouth, South Coast Derby. That's a big one.
That's a 2-all, mate.
2-all. There you go.
Goals in that.
And then Leeds, Leicester.
I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds.
Oh, I love that, mate.
You'll need it.
Yeah.
Be up for it.
Go on then. Forest, Brighton, actually, I think they might win that one. Obviously, it's the relegation zone. Brighton chasing Europe, and I just think there'll be so much riding on it that Forest fans might get them through. I'm going to go 1-0. Mate, West Ham, Liverpool.
I don't think it's a whitewash, but I think
no, I don't either, because Liverpool have not been great. To be honest, I think even we might get a point against them at Ellen Road. Where are they? Let's have a look where they are at this stage. 3 points. Wow.
God, they need that. They ain't dropping points with us if they need that.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 Liverpool. Chelsea, Brentford, man.
1-0 Brentford.
No, that'd be a turn up. Oh, look at this. Top of the table clash this.
No, stop that.
I think City will beat them at the Etihad, you know.
So do I.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1. What a game that's gonna be. Not 2-11, 2-1. Everton, Newcastle, bro.
Whoa.
I know, yeah.
1-0.
1-0. There you go.
Yeah.
And then Spurs, Spurs, Man United. I think Spurs might nick it. I'm gonna go 2-1. Right, okay. Top 4 looks like that. Newcastle dropping out. Arsenal, the gap's cut to 4 points with only 5 games left. Leeds in 13th, West Ham in 15th, looking nice. Leicester dropping in bottom 3 after getting beat by Leeds United. Let's move next fixture. Right, mate. Palace, West Ham. At this stage, mate, if you don't win that, this again, you've got to win that. I'm gonna go 2-1 West Ham. Bournemouth, Leeds, mate.
Do you know what? I could see a 2-1 Bournemouth, you know.
Yeah,
it sounds awful, Bournemouth win. I think that is what they're going to do.
Yeah, I could see it, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. 2-1. I've done it again. Right, Brighton, Wolves. I'll go for a Brighton 2-1. Keep pressing 1. Brentford, Forest, mate.
I'll go 2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford. Okay. Arsenal, I think I'll have too much for Chelsea at home. I'm going to go 3-1. Fulham, City, mate.
2-0 City.
2-0 City, yeah. Right, Man United, Villa again. Man United for me, 2-1. Newcastle, Southampton, pal.
2-1 Newcastle.
Liverpool, Spurs. I think Liverpool might do them at home. I'm going to go for 2-0. And then Leicester, Everton again. Massive game, that one.
I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
2-1. Ooh.
Set pieces, watch it. Set pieces. Dyche's going to be all over that.
Let's calculate it. 4 points. Newcastle back in there. Liverpool dropping out. Leeds in 15th. West Ham in 13th. Leicester have dropped down. Locks will be spewing, mate. See, the thing is, though, right? If this is anywhere close as well, even still at this stage, you're only talking like 1 win away from getting out of the drop zone, man. It's going to be that tight all the way, man. I'm telling you. Right, mate, we've got 4 left. 4 left. Bournemouth, Chelsea, mate. What say you?
2-0 Chelsea, surely.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will beat them.
Do without Bournemouth winning that.
Yeah, I think Tottenham win this 3-0 against Palace at home. Wolves, Villa.
1-0 Villa.
Ooh. Liverpool, Brentford. I think Liverpool will beat them 2-1. City, Leeds.
3-1 City.
Yeah, our running.
I think that goal might be generous and all, to be honest.
Yeah, you're probably right, mate. You're probably right. I think this is where they could come unstuck. And I'm not saying they won't win the title, but this will be such a tough game. I'm actually going to go for a 1-0 Newcastle win.
Whoa.
Yeah, it'll be huge, that one, man. I'm telling you. 5:30 as well. 5:30 on a Saturday or Sunday. It'll be a big one, that. West Ham Man United. Do you know what, bro? I'm going to go for a shock. 8 o'clock. So that'll be... What a super Sunday that is, by the way. City Leeds, Newcastle Arsenal, and then West Ham Man United. I'm going to go for a shock West Ham win. 2-1. Fulham Leicester.
2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham, wow. You're sending Leicester down here, you.
I am, yeah. I don't rate them at all.
I'm going to go for a... Do you know what, Everton? I'm going to go for a... I was going to go 1-1, but I'm going to... Yeah, no, I'm going to go 1-1. I don't know why, I'm just thinking 1-1. Wow, what a game this is, mate. Forest versus Southampton.
2-1 Forest.
2-1. Calculate. Let's have a look. Oh, the gap's 1 point. The gap's 1 point at the top of the table. That'd be amazing if that comes. Man United and Newcastle in the top 4. West Ham up to 12th. I've got you staying up massively, and I've obviously not watched enough of you, bro. Leeds dropped down a position. 2 points. 2 points out of the drop zone. Southampton, Leicester, and Bournemouth to go down at this point. Let's go next one, mate. Our last games are tough. I think we might go down based on Corey's predictions. Villa Spurs. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Villa win, mate. Palace Bournemouth.
1-0 Palace.
1-0 Palace.
Yeah.
Arsenal Brighton. I think Arsenal get back to winning ways. It will be a tough game though. Brentford West Ham. Sorry, mate. I'm going 2-0 Brentford. Ivan Toney. Chelsea Forest, mate.
I'm going to go 1-0.
1-0. Wow. Everton City, no chance. I'm sorry, even though they're at home, they might score. It might be tight, but I'm going to go 2-1 City. Southampton Fulham.
I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I fancy it.
Leeds, 3 games left, so close to the drop zone. Playing Newcastle at home. What are you saying?
Oh, you want?
No, tell me. It's cool.
I think it's going to be 3-1 Newcastle.
Oh, God. You've just
Horrible
dropped us,
one,
I think. Leicester, Liverpool. Again, I think Liverpool have too much. And then I'll let you do Man United Wolves, mate.
Yeah, 3-1 Man United.
There we go. All right, this is getting hairy now. Arsenal still a point in it. Goal difference in City's favour at this stage as well. And Leeds just 2 points outside the drop zone. West Ham going on a European charge with my score predictions, bro. You're doing all right. Forest well out of it as well, which is a surprise because I say they're going down, but it is what it is. We've been predicting them as we go. Leeds United still in the league at this point. Badras says we're overrating Forest. Maybe we are, mate, but it's their home form. It's their home form. Right, we've got two games left now. Leeds West Ham. What we're going to do with that one, bro? Right, I'll let you go first, mate. Bournemouth Man United.
We're going to go 1-0.
Oof.
I reckon they'll die on their shoulder.
Yeah,
Vitality, they'll be like, nah, we've got to get a point.
Do you know what as well? I think Southampton gets something.
Nah.
You're not having it?
Nah. Well, Brighton away.
Go on then, I'll change it. I'm going to give him a point though. This is where it gets mad, man. We're talking relegation zone, last couple of games, 1-1.
Yeah.
Fulham Palace.
Well, 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. Liverpool Villa, I think that'll be a draw. I'm going to go 2 apiece. City Chelsea, mate.
We go 3-1 City.
3-1 City. I'm going to say Newcastle beat Leicester 1-0. Nottingham Forest at home against Arsenal, mate.
Nah, Arsenal 3-0.
3-0, love that. Okay. Spurs beat Brentford. I'm going to say 2-1. Right, mate, I don't know what we're going to do with this. Should we say a draw?
Look, I actually have a funny feeling it's going to be like 2-2. No, yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
Goals in it.
Let's go. 2-2. Let's give it a draw. Right, Wolves Everton, mate.
I'll go Wolves 1-0.
1-0. Right, okay. So let's have a look. As it stands, then 1 game left, yeah. Leeds United 2 points out of the drop zone. West Ham safe.
So hang on. So Leicester relegated.
Yeah, unless they're relegated at this stage, bro. Bottom of the table.
Are we being unkind, or is it just me?
No, we've gone through. Like, it's not as if we've like proper. We just said, off the cuff, right? What will it be? What will it be? Mate, it's not out of the realms of possibility. The way they've been playing.
No. Look, I must have thought it must have been well on the cards, but I just look at them and I think, what, relegated with 1 game to go, Leicester City.
I know, yeah. Who were they playing?
Then
Who we got them? Let's have a look. I bet they're playing Newcastle away though as well. Newcastle going for top 4. Isak and Callum Wilson. Why not, mate? Why not? So at this stage, folks, Leicester are down. Southampton still have a chance, although goal difference probably means they're down. So it's between, at this stage, Everton, Leeds, Palace, and Bournemouth. Forest staying up, Wolves and West Ham. Look at Chelsea in 11th. If that does happen, I think Potter gets sacked regardless. If they finish that low down the table. Liverpool still have a chance of getting top 4, which I think could happen. Arsenal still within a point. Wow. Right, last game, mate. Let's go. Last games. Villa versus Brighton.
I just fancy Villa. I got 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Palace, Forest. Both teams at this stage. Forest safe. Palace need a win to stay up.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I'll go 1-0 Palace then.
1-0 Palace, yeah. Okay. Arsenal, Wolves. I think, listen, Arsenal beat them and win the league. I'm going to go 3-1. And Arsenal have won the league at home to Wolves. Brentford versus City. I mean, look, it's the last day. It could go wild, actually, if you consider. If it's still them two, the last day it might go. But City away at Brentford, mate.
Yeah, 2-1 City.
2-1 City. Okay. Chelsea, Newcastle. I think Chelsea might get something at home. Just final day. I've just got a feeling. Let's go 2-0. Everton, Bournemouth, mate. Wow. Both teams have a chance based on our predictions are going down.
2-0 Everton. Well, at Goodison.
Yeah,
they won't let it happen.
No, I agree, mate. That's a huge game. Southampton, Liverpool. Southampton need goal difference at home to Liverpool.
Wait, so go down the table. I've got to get my head around this. Just want to see where Southampton are at. So they are relegation.
Southampton, mate, they are relegated. They need like a massive swing of goal difference at this point. And Liverpool, if they win and Newcastle lose, get top 4.
Oh, yeah, 3-1 Liverpool then.
Yeah, 3-1. I'll send you the site over, Joe, once I'm done, mate. Leeds United Spurs, mate, last game of the season. I think at this point, anyway, with the results going, I think Leeds stay up by the skin of their teeth. They don't need a win, but they are at home. Ellen Road crowd, Tottenham, clinging on for Conference League. What we saying?
Yeah, I actually think you'll win. 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. There you go. Fans on the pitch. I might even go for that. I'm telling you, forget the watch along. I'll be running on the pitch. Leicester versus West Ham, bro.
Yeah, 2-0 loss.
2-0. Oh, it's my turn, innit? It's my turn. Do you know what, mate? You're already safe at this point. Leicester relegated then, no, aren't they? Maddison's on. Yeah, nah. Go on.
Dead rubber.
Yeah, dead rubber, man. Tell you what, dead rubber. Neither one's going. Do you know what? We haven't predicted no 0-0s either, and that definitely will happen. So. Yeah. Man United, Fulham.
I'm going to go 3-0 Man United.
3-0 Man United. There you go. Calculate. Arsenal champions, City second, point in it. And I do you know what? That's probably not out of the realms of possibility. Man United secure top 4 and Liverpool get it on goal difference on the final day.
That's written. That is written 100%.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's not too far. Newcastle get Europe conference as well for Spurs. Brighton, Brentford, Villa.
So it'll be Newcastle and Brighton. No, sorry, Newcastle and Spurs will get Europa and then Brighton get conference.
Brighton get conference.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if Brighton won the FA Cup, it might even drop down to Villa. You never know. So we'll have to wait and see. Leeds stay up 15th, which is where we currently. No, we're 14th. No, we're 12th. What am I talking about? West Ham end up being 12th. Nice. I mean, we'll have to revisit this after like 5 games, bro, and see what's going on then. Southampton finished foot of the table on the same points as Leicester, and Bournemouth don't have enough on the final day against. Who was it? Where are they? They were away at Everton, and Everton obviously getting that win means they stay in the division. Look, I said for my bottom three is Southampton, Bournemouth, Forest. Obviously, based on the predictions, we've got Leicester dropping in as well, but Leeds and West Ham are safe. Let's just go to some of the comments as well, bro. But yeah, what I'll do, folks, I'm gonna put that site in the.
You've actually made me feel better about myself.
Yeah?
I don't know how you've managed to do that, but I think you put a few cheeky little wins in there that I was like, nah, that won't happen. But...
The site's in the chat because I know there's a lot of people having a look. So I've put it in the chat if you want to have a go yourself, folks. I just want to, like Joe Corby says here, Leicester to get 5 points for the rest of the season is laughable. Yeah. No, but bro, I don't think it is, and I'll tell you for why, because I was winding up locks about this. When they beat Spurs that day, since then, they haven't won a game of football. So, I mean, why is it out of the realms of possibility? They literally haven't won a game of football since that day. So, I don't know. Yusa says, I hope Everton, Forest and Southampton go down. Mate, you'd be happy with that though, wouldn't you? At the end of the season, Southampton, Bournemouth go down. Leicester as well, the surprise. And if that happens, then you best believe everyone's pilfering their squad for their top players, right?
Yeah. I feel a bit sad for them, to be honest. Like, I want to rate them higher than I do, but I just can't, for whatever reason. I just look at them and I think, I don't understand what's not working here. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah. I think they'll get more than 5 points between now and the end of the season. Like, maybe that is a little bit harsh, but
potentially
they're right down there. Like, let's be honest. Like, there's some games in there where I'm like, a Palace and Everton, they'll look at them and go, set pieces, we'll have them, and they'll just concede. So,
well, Forest have horrible fixtures. Forest down, Leicester stay up. Potentially, that could be the only difference. Maybe there might even be a surprise in there. It could be Palace, could be Leeds, could be West Ham, could be Wolves. We'll have to wait and see. Right? Might even be Everton. A user says, I can't see Leicester going down just because it's Leicester. I hear it, mate, but you just never know. You just never know. But yeah, that was our final predictions, mate. If Southampton go down, tell me one player you're taking from them, if you could. Pick any.
You know who it is, don't you?
James Ward-Prowse?
Of course. He's writing. West Ham, if they've got anything about them, which I'm not sure we do, but if we did, we'll get 100 plus for Deck, and we would be going James Ward-Prowse. And I don't know about his injury record, but I'd be trying to pull Calvin Phillips from City if that's what I was going to do. So I think Ward-Prowse is a no-brainer. Because apparently they're saying stuff like it'll be available for 35 mil, which is like ridiculous value.
Yeah, I think Calvin could potentially move on, definitely, especially if City find a younger up-and-coming prospect, maybe in South America or something like that can play that role and say, do you know what? Rodri's fit enough, sees enough of the season. Let's bring him in and let's move.
He's not pushed on. I think how
No, he's gone backwards, bro.
Is it not harsh because he's not been fit enough? I watched him he was blowing for England against it. I don't know if you saw it when they did the behind the scenes stuff, and he was coming.
I didn't, mate.
No. He was like, I'm done.
He always had issues, but when you consider how fit you had to be for Bielsa, it is quite surprising. But do you know what? The guy's gone from being what? And I don't know him personally, but the guy's gone from being like, say, on 30 grand a week to over 100 grand a week. He's got a 6-year contract. 6 years, bro. Like, that could change.
How old is he?
20.
He's not young, is he? He's not like
no, he's towards the back end. Like, he got a 6-year contract on over 100 grand a week, bro. So, let me just. I think someone will know in the chat. Let me just have a look. He is 27, bro. 27. 6-year contract. 32. Do you know what I mean? So, 32, about when he signed, 26 maybe when he signed.
It's a weird one with Calvin because I think he's actually gone in as a sub, and it's a difficult one to kind of get your head around. But then I sat here last year. I mean, we all sat here with Jack Grealish and said, "Oh no, it's a different ball game." But
no, you're right.
Awful. And I think genuinely he's kicked on probably second half of this season. I think he's been superb. Yeah. So it's not impossible. But his injury, if I'm looking at it from a West Ham point of view, I just don't see how many games. Like, we need a player that's going to play week in, week out. I know James Ward-Prowse will do that, but Calvin, I just don't know if you get 20, 25. I need 30 plus from your centre midfielder.
Yeah, definitely. I think from Southampton, if I were to take anyone, mate, I really like Bella Kotchap. I really like him as a centre-back, young player. He'll do well. And we need another centre-back.
Romeo Lavia.
Yeah, Lavia as well, 100%. Yeah, it was a madness in the summer. Chelsea tried to buy him the same time that Southampton had bought him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was mad.
Well, he's got. I actually think I watched. Was it Southampton went away to Spurs, and I watched it. They did Game of the Day on Sky Sports. I was like, he's unreal. Like I can get why they bought him, and
but
I can
City,
get why Chelsea.
I think City have got first refusal on him as well, aren't they? So that could be another one, bro. Where they go, do you know what? We'll take him and we move Calvin. I don't know. It's mad. Leicester City, who are you taking? I think we both take Maddison, right?
Let's be real. Like I don't want to go down there. I don't think he won't come to West Ham, and I don't think he'd spend. And Moyes weren't keen on him anyway when he was at Norwich, which I find a bit mad. But I would go. Oh, I don't know what. It's tough. Do you know who I really like that isn't fit enough is James Justin, and I think if James Justin was fit and got him back from all these injury problems, we've got problems at fullback anyway, right and left side, and he can slot into both. So I think maybe him, maybe a Ricardo Pereira. I think Castagna, they're good options. I'm just thinking about what we need rather than
Yeah. I was thinking of Harvey Barnes, but like with Nonto and all our wingers, I think maybe Castagna could do a job, mate. To be fair, but I'd probably go Harvey Barnes, and maybe we look to sell Nonto for crazy money. I don't know. Maybe
would you sell him?
Would I? No, definitely not.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised. We haven't had a proper chat, but how well he's done.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Every game I watch him in, I'm like, how have you nicked him? Like,
it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's mad. Well, he was at Inter Milan, bro. He was at Inter Milan. They let him go to Zurich. I think there was issues with his height because he is small. But yeah, we picked him up for what, 3.5, 4 million. I mean, we're going to get big money for him when he does move on. So it's good. It's good. Lastly, mate, then Bournemouth, who are you taking? No one.
No, don't do that. Don't want to stick him out. I'll take Philip Billing. I think he's class.
Yeah, good shout.
I think he'd be a really good option to have. I think if you're looking at, with all due respect to Thomas Soucek, who has done all right recently, I'd still take Billing over him. I think he's got a bit.
Do you know what? I'd take Solanke. I actually quite like him. I think Solanke could do that Bamford role because Bamford just can't be relied upon. I think Solanke, actually, I would take over Bamford. I think it's a decent replacement. So, yeah, Solanke. There we go, mate. It was nice catching up with you, bro. What's happened? Has the channel been parked?
Yeah, I just ain't bothered.
You're just depressed, aren't you, bro? I can hear it, man.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. It's not pleasant to talk about West Ham too much. So I just can't bother.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try do this weekly, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here. Don't worry.
You'll be there. Good man. Good man. So me and Corey will be doing something on a Friday. We'll be doing something on a Friday, just covering the football, just having a chat, like rather than just focusing on
back in the old days.
Yeah, like back in the old days. Yeah, we'll just have a chat, man. We will have a chat. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for watching tonight's video. I'll be back tomorrow for a watch along, obviously live from about 2 o'clock. Sorry, as Leeds take on Arsenal. I'm also doing the West Ham Southampton game on Sunday, because that's a huge game. And then Monday night as well, we've got Everton Spurs. So I don't work Mondays, so I'll be there. So listen, show love to Corey on Twitter. And yeah, I know you'll all follow him and that anyway. But it's been great to put this together. And I'll see you tomorrow, folks. And thanks as always for watching. And I know Corey, he's glad to be back. We will see you on the other side, folks.